A very good morning to all of you. Very happy to be here. Now picture this. Three of you sitting here around this table sipping lemonade. It's a lovely afternoon. The glasses are sweating with cold and your conversation is light. Now let's zoom in on something very seemingly insignificant. The straws. Yes, they all look almost similar. Small tubes, disposable, forgettable. But what if I tell you that this seemingly insignificant straws make the most lasting impact on our planet, for worse or for good? Now, if you pick this, you start hurting thousands of species. And what happens is they will eventually end up as microparticles and be a part of your food chain. And if you pick this, you're not any better. You start cutting down trees which are 30, 40, or 50 years old, to just make a small tube which doesn't even last in your drink for more than 15 minutes. That's a worse scenario. But pick this and you start creating a story. A nice little story where a dry fallen leaf doesn't get burned. And you also create a nice little story where some poor woman in a remote village starts having a decent income. And then she has some hope, and then she has a smile. But let me tell you how the story began. I was teaching English in a very remote village in Vidarbha, in Maharashtra, where distressing stories of farmer suicides were far too common. Later, I went to Nagpur, and there again, I would see little children in the slums playing near the huge city drain. And at that moment, I asked a life-defining question. I might teach English for another 15, 20 years, but how will I make a tangible impact on the life of at least one such child? It was around this time that I happened to read the biography of George Washington Carver, an agriculture scientist. His message was very simple. Start where you are with what you have. Make something of it and never be satisfied. But the most important lesson I got from that book was to understand the value of the power of observation and innovation. And then I took a journey into the world of observation and the world of innovation. Fast forward, I'm here at Christ University. I've taken permission from the Vice Chancellor to start a center for design and innovation for social entrepreneurship. Here, students from different streams come together, and together, we are all on a journey of observation, on a journey of innovation, trying to solve simple problems. It was at this time that a gentleman from Netherlands visited us, and we got talking. It was he who brought up the problem of single-use plastic straws, how it is such a scourge to the environment. And then he asked me, can you come up with an eco-friendly alternative? That question stayed with me. And the next morning, 3rd of October 2019, when I walked in the campus, which has lots of coconut trees, my eyes fell on a fallen coconut leaf, brown, dry, curled up longitudinally like a straw. That was my moment of serendipity. I took quite a few of these fallen coconut leaves to my home, and I have a lab at home. Only the spelling of the lab is different. It is KITCHEN, kitchen. That's my little lab of creativity. And one morning I was steaming these fallen coconut leaves like you steam idlis, and a nice shine came on the surface. So I was curious. I went back and took the help of two students, Dylan and Jyoti from the life sciences, and I asked them to research it for me. They took it as their final year project and came back with the findings after 5 months. And their research finding is actually published in the Asian Journal of Plant Sciences in Canada. They said it is all phenolic compounds, which is very safe for human use. With that insight, I created the world's first drinking straws made from fallen coconut leaves. But innovations don't happen alone. You cannot weave a fabric alone. Thankfully, I had amazing students. This is Sandeep and Chirag, two students who otherwise could have got jobs in very good companies like their classmates did. But they said, we also want to take this journey into the world of trying to find something meaningful for our community. And while Sandeep and I, we went around connecting with farmers, connecting with communities, a team of Chirag, Jobin, and Anup, 3 engineers, they started building technology, all from in-house. And first, they made simple tabletop machines. It took 45 seconds to make 1 straw. And we started our first unit in Madurai with 4 women. But gradually, we started getting very good response for this product. And then the team of our technology team, they built an entire conveyor system. And we brought down the cycle time from 45 seconds per straw to just 2 seconds per straw. And now, they are working on this upgraded technology where we can make 120 straws in a minute. What it means is that it will increase our productivity, bring down the cost of production, but give better incomes for our rural communities, especially women. We got a patent granted for it in India, and I'm very proud to tell you that this little innovation that we started at Christ University, we are going to now get a patent from the US as well as from the European Patent Office. And this was a very important achievement for us. Today, I'm very happy to tell you that we have already eliminated 12 million coconut leaves from getting burned, and we have eliminated 6 million plastic straws. But the greatest joy was that we have provided employment to 108 women across Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu in 6 of our production centers. And the best part of it is that a small tube invented at Christ, made by women in rural India, and it has already reached 10 countries. We are already supplying it to 10 hotels, 110 hotels in Bangalore, and 4 months back, even the Taj decided to take our straws for all their properties in India. And I always say life is a box of chocolates, and these are my chocolates. We won a prestigious MassChallenge Switzerland Award. So Chirag, Sandeep, and I, we flew to Switzerland, and we won this particular award. And I had my glory moment when I was invited to travel with the President of India to Philippines as a part of his business delegation. And I want to talk about this. This is a thank you letter from the University of Pennsylvania. I'm again proud and happy to say that these straws are now kept in the prestigious Fisher's Material Resource Library at the University of Pennsylvania, properly indexed. We always look west for great innovations to happen. I'm challenging you youngsters to come up with path-breaking innovations to solve the wickedest problems that our world is facing. And the world will come and beat a path to your door. So that's my challenge to you. And my proudest moment was when Chirag, the boy, actually he is a space engineer. He has a satellite, a patent on a satellite he has designed, but he rejected a job offer from Germany. And he was awarded the Youth Ecopreneur Award by United Nations. And he was flown to Mongolia to accept this award. And during this World Environment Day, Sandeep, the other student, he was felicitated by the World Wildlife Fund and United Nations at New Delhi. And innovations kept happening. Sandeep, he's an MA economics student, and he's also heads production at our company. So he was not very happy when we were rejecting a lot of straws during our internal quality checks. He said, sir, we cannot waste so many straws. We have to pay all the 108 women. And then he says, I have to do something about it. And he's the one who came up with this innovation of making writing pens from these rejected straws. So he invented the world's first writing pens from fallen coconut leaves. It doesn't look as fancy as your plastic straws, your plastic pens, but I'll tell you 36 prestigious organizations use our pens for all their events and conferences. But I'll tell you when we hit the jackpot, when United Nations itself became our customer. We supply our straws and pens to the United Nations for their events in Geneva and New York. And because we make the straws from the leaflets, we get a lot of midribs as a waste. And we all know that the midrib is always used to make brooms. But our technology people are always very curious. Jobin, our technology head, found some unique characteristics in these midribs. And for a month, he was not available. And suddenly he comes with small machines with which he developed garnishing sticks, burger sticks, and stirrers made from the midrib of these fallen coconut leaves. the sweetest part of it is that the small machines are now given to people with disabilities who can now work and make these stirrers and burger sticks from the comfort of their homes, earn small incomes, and we are able to supply it to major hotels and beverage chains. We have already given these machines to 20 people with disabilities. And the second chocolate came again when the Deputy Commissioner of Nicobar Islands called me up and said, he came to know about this product and he wanted to know whether we can deploy our machines in Nicobar Islands. So I also acted as if I'm some big scientist, and he specially flew me down to Nicobar Islands, and we interacted with the Nicobari tribals. We are going to deploy our machines in Nicobar Islands as well. But a curious thing happened. A gentleman from Nicobar, his name is Greatheart. His actual name is Greatheart. He showed me these plants. It's called pandanus. I brought a leaf of that to show you. This is a pandanus leaf, right? And he said, can you make something out of it? And once again, I started working in the kitchen. And I'm very proud to tell you that when no one pays attention to it, I pay attention to those things. And in about half an hour, I was able to extract this cuticle from that pandanus leaf. They are absolutely water resistant. And it's always nice to know when you are the first person on the planet to have done it. And you get a patent for it, right? And the straws which I make from these can stay in a beverage for more than 100 hours. And we are going to pitch it as a reusable straw under the brand of Indian oak leaf. If any of you students are interested in branding and marketing strategies, you can connect with me. And then I took these cuticle and I wondered if it works with pandanus leaf, why can't I work with pineapple leaves? I took my car, went to Kerala, met some pineapple farmers, got the pineapple leaves home and started my experience again in my lab. And I was able to extract cuticle like this. And I took this to my class of MSc Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And I challenged the students, can you come up with something unique? And you always have your inner greatness. You just have to have the courage to bring it out. And Gomati, a student, took this cuticle home. And after a week, she came back with her own product. It was a Band-Aid, the one which we use for wounds. A Band-Aid made from the cuticle of pineapple leaves. It might sound silly at times, but you have to have your self-belief. And this is now patented, and her innovation has now been accepted by the Bio Innovation Center to improve the product further. And she might get a follow-up funding of 50 lakh rupees. This entire journey taught me something very important, that the threads of innovation cannot weave into a meaning on their own. We need to bring something of ourselves to these innovations. And what are you supposed to bring it? A strong intent, a clear purpose, but most importantly, self-belief, perseverance, and a tenacity that would just never give up. And if you can do that, you will find that these innovations turn into possibilities and possibilities into realities. And all of a sudden, these threads weave themselves into a magical tapestry of meaningful impact. Thank you very much.